Good evening everybody, and once again welcome back to your channel. In today's video, this guide will show you how to ingest XML files into Hudi transactional data. Simple, easy steps, nothing complicated. So without wasting any further time, let's begin the hands-on lab. So the first step is we need some XML files, and the best way to do that is write some script. I already have a script which will generate some bunch of XML files. So let me show you. This is a Python script that I wrote for you. All you need to do is just put your bucket name and the path, right? So now I will come to my terminal and Python 3 upload.py, and first here you can see I do not have any data. So let's rock and roll. As you can see, it's generating some XML files. So now I would refresh here. I can see XML data and I see raw, and inside raw I have like bunch of XML files that I need to read. So now step one, yeah, you have some data to play with. Step two, let's learn how to read this using Glue, and step three, build your Hudi data lake. So now proceeding to step number two. All right. Oh, the bubbles here. That's great. Anyway, all right. So open up your Glue notebooks or Glue jobs, however you like to call. So first we're gonna configure this. Okay, and then I'm gonna install Faker. We have already generated the XML, so I'm gonna skip this particular one. Okay, I will collapse this. Good. Now we need to read this data, right? So over here I have a Spark session. I create a Glue context over here on line number 11. Line number 14, I define the path where my XML data is stored. And line number 17, I create a Glue dynamic data frame. So simple, man, reading from S3, path, right? Format as XML, and then the format option, I'm saying, row tag to row. And then I convert the Glue data frame into a Spark data frame. I do .show, .count, and .print schema. Let's run the cell to see if it works. So I'm gonna execute the cell. Now it's reading the data from this particular directory as a Glue data frame, and then it's gonna convert back into the Spark data frame. Here you can see without any problems, I was able to read that XML data. Here is the schema. Here is how the data looks like, as you can see on the console. Great, right? Now step two is done. Step one was we generated some XML. Step two was we saw how to read this XML as a Spark data frame. And step three, let's upsert it into the Hudi. Again, I like to make things easy. I wrote a helper function, okay, which does all the heavy lifting for you. Let's collapse this. Okay, the bottom section. Yeah. So I'm gonna call the function upsert Hudi table. The Glue database name is gonna be default. The table name is gonna be invoice. The record key is basically the primary key of the table. I'm using a composite key, so you can always do that. So I'm using invoice comma item. So Hudi is gonna basically combine and then use that as a record key. To dedupe the incoming records, I'm using replication timestamp. So when you have, in a batch, you have multiple records, Hudi will take the max of it based on the precom key you gave. Okay, cool. Partition, I want to partition my data lake by state. Method, I'm going to be upserting into the data lake. Index type is Bloom. You can also go for global Bloom if you need uniqueness across all the partition. By the way, Hudi offers both global and non-global. Global index provides you uniqueness across all the partition. Non-global index provides you uniqueness across within the partition. So depending upon that, you can choose the right index option. Not only that, I would say if you need blazing fast upsert, record level index will give you faster upserts. So all right, again back to the demo. Then I set up a flag called enable partition to true, enable cleaner to true, enable hive sync to true. And then where would I want to create my Hudi data lake? So here I'm going to create a silver zone, table name bronze underscore invoice, and then I pass in the Spark data frame. So this method is basically a simple method. Based on the flag, it will apply the appropriate Hudi settings. Okay, so I just wanted to show you that. Okay, now guess what? I mean, easy, right? All you gotta do is run this. Oops, I have a small error. Upsert Hudi table is not defined because I need to run the previous cell. I'm gonna run that. Now I'm running this particular cell. This will take about a couple of minutes since I'm running it locally, but once done, I'll resume the video right from here. All right, I resume the video. I think my upsert is complete. And if I now go to H3, here you can see my bronze invoice. Inside partition, I see those Parquet files. Fantastic, guys. You see, it was that easy to ingest XML data files into Hudi transactional data lake. Three easy steps. Step one, it creates some sample XML. I hope you have already. If you have already, then read those XML as a glue data frame, convert that into a spot data frame, upsert into Hudi transactional data lake. Literally that easy. All right, last but not the least, you can also create a snapshot using Spark and read data from that. So here I'm simply showing you, I'm saying spark.read format as Hudi. I load everything and I create a snapshot called Hudi snapshot one. This allows you to run, a simple Spark SQL queries. So here I'm printing simply all the invoice ID, right? Nothing crazy. Hey, you can also execute stored procedure. So here I'm saying, hey, call show commits, and I want to see all the commits for this particular table, limit 10. Execute that, you will see all the commits. As you can see, this is the latest commit in this particular Hudi. Hey man, it's easy, right? So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed. This particular notebook would be there on my blog. So I would say, if you want to learn, try it out, man. It literally takes a couple of minutes to spin up a notebook, write a simple lab, and that's it. That's the way you're gonna learn things in a much better way. Well, that's all I have. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any further questions, let me know, and I'll see you in the upcoming next video.